Alright, so I have no idea if you are hearing me or not, because my dear UI kind of broken again the moment I started OBS. Yes, I have yet to install it or try it. Today is a stream because it's Tuesday in it, and it's Tuesday stuff. So I'm in a studio mode. I'm preparing things, and today, if all things go right, because I have been disassembling a chair previously, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I have been disassembling a chair, and when that's done, well, I didn't have that much time. I watched like one video, and okay, so one thing works. I have to align this with a Rimworld UI. Rimworld being a really good game. Now let's see if the game capture will work with me, and it seems it will. Right, so now I just have to, what is the transition? Here we are. Welcome. No, not welcome. This is going to show me my stream. No. This is bad. I forgot about one thing when it comes to Rimworld, that it shows you your public data. And I want to cancel that in a moment. I'm going to go into the settings. We'll see if things will work out, or if it's not going to, because of how much these software using from the resources of my computer. And again, how the things are just frozen the hell down. I have some things work on the tray and some other things just don't, just because. And sometimes I forget to turn things off which are using 10-20%, because why not? Alright, so that one's gone. It's weird how well it runs when you are not running OBS, but when you are running OBS, it runs very lightly. OBS uses a lot. Now, how do I get rid of is there a way to get rid of this? No. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, then it's going to be the good old other black box. Could solve most of my problems. How do I replicate you? Oh, it just froze down. Okay. For a moment I wasn't sure what's happening, but I realized that it's frozen down. But honestly, the screen is so little in my version. Barely see anything. How do I make it better? Come on, buddy. One moment. moment this happens when I'm doing the first ever stream. I'm too lazy anymore. Back in the day I used to test everything out really nice and well. And I stopped for a very simple reason that nothing ever works anyway. And so I just slowly gave up. Not that I'm very not lazy to begin with, but honestly it was a final draw to me. Boys. Bye. So for the most part we are okay. I think there's going to be a lot of data over here. I'm going to start the game and we will see in a moment. How are we with usage? Not well. Damn. I have a lot of games ready. Not these ones. These are my ones. Yeah, I am not going to see it. Anything that I should be. Yeah, no. This is nice. So ignore that. For the most part, everything works. Rimworld is a kind of a colony simulator in a hellish area. This means that trade can be scarce, disasters can occur, bandits, raiders can attack you. Well, basically that's it. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's a really nice adventure game, basically. We are going to build, we are going to try to survive, we are going to research, we are going to do every kind of things. Now for the scenario I was thinking about this is a war scenario. This is what is in the title too. So I'm going to go with this one. I have a lot of mods installed. Of course, yes. There is a reason that is going to be this enabled for streaming too, but usually I would not recommend this one to be turned off. There is a reason for that. It can be very interesting, and this is a simulator. It's not a win or lose. It's not at all. It's just play and enjoy playing. Colonies dying is a part of it. Alright, it's always been a part of it. You can make funerals. You can't make funerals, but you can make sarcophagus and graves and whatever for your people. It's really nice if you just accept death because it's normal, but I know it's sometimes hard. Alright. Alright, so what I want is alright, I'm not going to mess with this. You know what, I don't really care. Oh, you know what, this will be cool. If you look at Rimworld gameplays, there are a lot of, we are going to go with medieval, extended medieval, and magic, basically. That's my favorites. Let's go. I would like to be somewhere here, but I don't really like deserts. To be honest, I don't even know why is there so many deserts in this planet. Okay, let's go to our desert. Alright, let's see if we're running away from over here. That is my capture cursor. I don't know if cursor. I don't know if that worked or not. Currently, let's see what I'm. Okay, currently I'm not in the way of anything. Let's say we have left that place and or run away and have kind of gotten over here. This means we can attack everyone else. Debug mode is on, which means I can cheat as much as I want. Alright, so if you're a new player, I think you are not going to care about most of this and just going to skip through mining. If you have someone mining and you give him tools to mine faster, they're going to do their job realistically like they are going to do it nowadays. If you don't, it's like trying to do something with a shovel. Alright, this is why you need to kind of crafting can be super important. Growing can be if you want advanced things in growing. I don't, but if you have high growing, that means that trees are easier to make, and I think healthcare is easier to access and cheaper, and yes, you can make a couple higher quality plants. Crafting is very important for weapons, guns, and high quality things. Construction is for high quality beds and so on and so forth. Intellectual is for research. Cooking is very important because your people are going to be blessed with poisoned food otherwise. Alright, so this is a good start. This is a good start. Melee can be very OP if you arm them well. So we are going to go with that for now. We are going to be attacked by tribes because that's what we are. Be careful with the trades. Be careful with the trades because some of them will be like burn down your house, and that's going to be horrible. Alright, so once your colonists will be like, you know what, I hate living here, and burns down everything. To be fair, it happens in real life too. I'm surprised that in the modern world it's so rare, but well, mostly because we build things from concrete. Alright, going to get the music down a little bit. Oh, bats are good, but they are horrible. Oi, that's not good. But see, this is not really good. Well, actually, this is a really good melee damage. If you throw it ranged, 25 is a horrible amount of damage. Think about here is like I don't know. It's not 100 health because it's a bit more complicated than that. But 25 damage is enough to lose an arm or such. It would be the equivalent, I think, great bow, or maybe weaker than that. But it's really brutal. Melee damage per second, I have no idea. It's how fast melee damage is really depends on the user. 5 is not much, but if someone attacks fast, it's much faster than ranged damage. So while you shoot once with ranged, around 2 melee attack happens unless it's like level 0. It can be terribly dangerous, which should be obvious. What do we have? Dog, that's very nice for him. Same melee armor. This is like how much it goes through plates and so on and so forth. What are the chances that something horrible is going to happen? Usually something horrible always happens. Short bows are not really good. They are very fast. I don't think there is an RPM here because it's not constantly shooting, meaning that after one shot you have to shoot again. I don't think that Well, it does 1.5 seconds. That's not very low. And as you can see, for long, the short is like 12. So give a little bit of context. That's 12. That's not really far for even a milli. That's how it's accurate. That's the range. And even there is just 65%. Now, in a second, or two, they are going to reach you at 12. So it's horrible. There is 40, says no, that's better. Alright, let's not. Nice, so we have some roof. What kind of natural defenses we have? None. It's a desert. Why would there be anything? We have no water either. Not that we need. Honestly, I don't really want to play around with those kind of things currently. We have a donkey too. Could be useful, but not really very much. Now the other thing is, these are manual creators who are going to do what, blah blah blah. I don't really like to screw with the manual creators. They are kind of horrible. You go and find who is the best, and pretty much that's two, and you try to align that with other skills. Like this guy is really good at this one. All of them are horrible at everything, so we will see. Thing is, I want to make every second 2, 1. Yeah, that's going to make no difference. These guys can't do any magic. Can you? As far as I know, none of you are mages, which is kind of sad. Honestly, it's just horribly sad. Or would have liked one. Alright, you guys do this. It should be obvious that people who are good at things should be the first to do it, because they are going to be the most successful at it. Now this is going to be a different kind of thing that I'm doing now. It's just a random. Research is going to be secondary for everyone but this guy. Plant gardens, yes, for everyone. Don't really have plants. Alright, I swear we will be ready fast. Do we even have growing? Construct should be. The thing is, constructs should be a priority to everyone, but since they kind of ruin it every time, absolutely no point even trying. They are going to do. If you have a low construct, and I'm sorry, I'm stopping. I am sorry, or something. This guy will take 10 seconds to build a wall. Someone with low construct will take 20 and have a 50% chance to ruin it. There is absolutely no point even trying to make them focus on it, unless you know you have a peaceful way of life, which you can. I do that all the time. Don't misunderstand. Thing is, I want someone to be good at that. Now, let's see who has what kind of skills. Who has good shooting skills? Hey, this guy has a good shooting skills. However, he has high melee. So we are going to go with the weapon that can be thrown and used. This one. This guy is going to be our most important guy. We are just very good with melee. Wait, which one is better? The Ikva? Oh, not so bad. Well, let's give him that. Let's give him this one. Then again, we have a mace, a wooden club. And that's horrible as always. Let's forget about that one. Shooting. Ooh, that's going to be horrible. Pretty much these are the only two good guys that we have, which is kinda not really good. Wow, he's just absolutely horrible. But this guy can actually shoot, so let's give him this one. This is very bad. Okay, so Barco, you are going to get this reserved by anyone? Oh, okay. Alright. So what are our plans here? Of course, I'm going to use, since we are streaming and whatever else, I'm going to use a lot of cheats. But to enjoy a game, you have to make a lot of at least rules. Alright, because you still want to play a game. It's horrible. So I don't really have every moment in the world spent for this game, because in my last game I don't think it shows how much I played with it, but I think I have 3 days in it and we have basic muskets. Alright, and I don't plan to have more than muskets, but you know, it's part of it, but not so easy. Alright, so I see I'm a little bit in a problematic place, the screen, so I'm going to kind of calm down here, just be like this. Alright, now you can see a lot more data. Oh, no. I'm going to plan my base here, and I'm going to do very basic things, but I want them to make everything. Now, let's start with, oh, that hurts. I'm going to give them a couple tools and a couple of things. Let's start with very important. Components will be important for managing things. Alright, this is going to be a war gameplay, don't forget. Honestly, pets are horrible, I think, especially in this patch, because you cannot give them an all-out area. For most of them, like chickens, you can't. For dogs, you can. So, anyway. I'm going to go back, create a couple of things. If it would be in a YouTube video, I would be just skipping these parts, honestly, because it's preparation. Alright, that should be enough. Then I'm going to choose what is a dominant thing over slate. Slate is a dominant one. How much we have? Slate and sandstone, but I see some marble too. Slate is good. Using stones, be very careful, because when I started out of the game, I was like, oh, this is going to be so good. Like, stone is strong and it's going to be awesome. And you know, I'm a European, we love stone. But I fallen into the trap that I started making beds and everything out of it, and just because you can, it doesn't mean it's going to be super good. So what do we need? We need rooms, we need secure points to handle attacks from, and we need some energy source. In Rimworld, you don't want to use a generator, nor do you want to use it in real world. In small quantities, it's horrible. Alright, it's like using a coal plant in your garden to watch TV. Not really super efficient. So I'm going to use slate. Why can't I build over there? Is there a... Alright, that's... Excuse me, what the hell? Soft sand. No, that's thing. How do I fix that? Do I... bridges, or... do we even have bridges at this point? But what is soft sand? Yes, this is a new thing for me too. Volume, hell is that? Then what? Go with wood. Wood is okay. Yeah, here is, oh, damn it. That's going to be a pain. That's going to be a pain. The reason why it's going to be a pain, there is one huge thing about stone. It doesn't burn well. Wood burns excellent. So do we want to make a slate door? Let's do a slate door, just in case. Just in case. So alright, then we are going to have a cool section. The outer section I want to be a double wall. It's kind of a normal thing, but not always. A lot of people just build into mountains and the like. It's much easier to guard and to clean and everything. It really, those little 5 and 10 and 50% just really make a big difference. It almost doubles the work at the end of the day. What else am I forgetting about? This one, this one, this one. What do we need? I don't know. Don't really remember. So we are going to need 2 more things. We are going to need... Oh, I remember the cloth. Going to need... Alright, so that's... You know what? I don't know how to deal with this. Alright, I don't ever want to do things too small, but sometimes you just have to. Can we? No. But that's kind of brutal, then that's going to complicate. This is going to be the cooling section. Then we are going to have here a kitchen, here a residential area, and here a production and research area. This is how you, if you have played Rimworld, you would know this is kind of how you start with things. This is a very small space. People will be surprised. This is all the stockpile you are going to have, and yes, the reason for this, I have mods, which does not have many things researched yet. So I will look at this. Yeah, I don't really need these ones. Do the shirt I might. Oh, this I really do want. Awesome. This is on. This, however, I really like. I'm not going to develop technology. Instead, I'm going to keep it. Electricity is going to be another question. Should I do it? Should I not? Because 3,200 is a lot. But having solar panels and batteries are also a huge thing. And there is only 5 of us. Usually I go with 8 or 12 people. And the food is going to be a very different question. The reason for this is, if you don't have a proper cooling, then you can only put things. See, that's what I meant, construction budget. Then it's going to be, food is going to be only refrigerated, so we have to make this stuff, which nobody likes, to be honest. In reality, I read about this thing. They make soup and everything out of it. It's made of blueberries and bacon, no, beef, blueberry and beef. So yeah, that's going to be awkward. For now, I'm not going to do it. We'll see later on. What did I want to do over here? Kind of a living room, kind of play zone. Always a good thing. And you see, remember when I said don't go overboard with slate or stone? Look at how slow they are building. But relatively, a couple of days is not that much. If 5 is not going to be enough, let's go with an 8. How about that? Is 8? Yes. No, that's one more. I think. Alright, so this is going to be the first room, and once again we'll start. Going to make somewhere over here that part which will be the door. Then we're going to have to make places for people to live. You know what, I'm going to make this from wood, because they are very slow, but it's not their fault, it's just how it is. So should we handle them like prisoners? Let's do a prison architect simulator. Even that's going to be a lot. Going to be barracks. But it's well easy to do and very protective, to be honest. And if you have debug mode on, there is one more thing, there is a fourth time sleep, which I really like. It's really good when you have a fourth time. We have enough for our people now, so I'm going to do a little bit of more. This is going to be for hospital and prison. Pretty much. They are not going to like this one, honestly. Not the prison, having such small, horrible rooms, and it's not like I'm on this desert map for, you know, basic things, for streaming and for action and whatever. But in reality, this is the only, well, technically you can still farm on this one. Where is the stony soil? 70% fertility, but you can technically plant on it. This is better. Nice soil. Yes, on this you can. I have no idea what this is. Probably the road. Factor, yeah, probably the road. So it's survival. If you get a good map, you can survive it, but it's absolutely horrible. At the early game, at the early start, you must always concentrate on having plenty of space, which is a lot of material. So usually people just clean every tree around, which is also good because this little grass and the like likes to burn. It's not very good. Honest. Very not good. Alright, double wall is also good because of the heat and the extremes. Extreme conditions. This is a living room. This is where they are going to eat and come out. And this is where they are making a door over there too. Why do we have this? Oh. I know I did this because I don't want certain things back for here. And just move it a little bit. Like this. Because this is going to insulate. Very super important. Oh yeah, I kind of don't want them to sleep on the ground. It's always a disaster. Alright. Okay. Today I'm going to go for a dance course. Not curse. Why do I say that? I'm going to go for a. This should be better. Like, yeah, better. So, so I only have like, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at the bottom where these guys are. See, full of the guy, this guy, and 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is why the debug is really good, because it has that four times it. But if you have debug, it's honestly really hard to not cheat. I don't recommend, but I really do recommend. Usually I have it turned on because of mods and lots of other things that can blow things up. Not kind of literal, but kind of literal. Some things can blow your base up. This is why I had mods, for example. We have golems. such as it's just basic fuses, because sometimes these blow up and then set the food aflame, and your colonists are sleeping, and some wall is burning over here and they can do it, and then you have serious damage. And the reason why it's good that you are making them build everything, obviously, it should be obvious, their construction is already at 6, or not very good, but something. It's kind of moving forward, so they will be more useful in the future. Now I don't want to do inside protection, which a lot of people will not like. The difference between inside and an outside protection is, I have no idea how it is symmetrical, but 3, 4 this is not going to be symmetrical, but instead we could be doing this, and then it's going to be symmetrical. This one, nice. If it even gets built, because not really. Building state will always give more experience, but it's going to take many days to come, and sooner or later they are going to attack us. Okay, that's going, boys. Good luck. Yeah, at the start of the game, even if you have the technology to kind of do certain things, like you can at the start of the game you can just get one guy. It takes him just not even an hour, 30 minutes to make like 20 blocks of slate, and so in a day he will make 100 or 200. You can start building slate, but I don't recommend it. Especially if you are starting in a tribal state. When you are starting as a tribal, even in a forest, most people just build this small area. Important because it can get very, very ugly. Like if one of the wild animals be like, I'm going to kill you, or a bear starts hunting you. Alright, so now pirates will happen soon. Not good. The other reason we have debug is if you are going to here and look at this, easier to see over here, raid with faction or raid with points. Points is much easier because you can just tell them how much you want, and a pirate is going to just raid you. But yes, Slate is building very slowly too. But it's part of it. Yeah, look at how much faster they are with food. Look at that. In moments. And if you keep giving them honestly, they are going to kill all of them. Yeah, not this one. But the other two I'm going to let go because I don't want Connect to use them. And honestly, the dog is going to die. So I'm going to go to the zones. And I'm going to create a new zone. I'm going to name it Save the Dog. And then I'm just going to, come on, button work. And I'm going to tell him, stay inside here, dog. This will mean the dog is going to get over here. I just can tell them to please run back. And whatever living hell are you guys? Come on. So you can just tell him this is the home zone that I'm building, and this is the save the dog zone. I don't want the dog to die. Do we not have any more food already? Where did our food go? Wow, that didn't last long. because no, that should be enough. Didn't even know that. What do we feed for the dog? What? Eat. Come on, buddy. This is not going to last for long, but hopefully it can. Oh, buddy, look at that. That's not going to last for long. That's it. We are almost ready with our basic. This is super slow, to be honest. Much slower than expected. Alright, I'm going to work from wood now on, because it doesn't matter what you work from. But I don't want to construct from... Oh yes, you can go, when you click one of these, you can go and see how much work. It's going to be beautiful, sure. But it's also going to be... Well, it doesn't write how much time it should be. Where is it? Okay, so normally it writes how much something is going to cost. I don't know why, but why doesn't, I don't know. Yeah, currently I don't really care. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Huh. Okay. What is a light floor then? To be honest, I think there was what was it? You could use a couple of things to cheat out kind of a better quality floor. Not that many people use it, I don't know. Oh, I see what's the problem. We don't even have steel floor or anything basic. Come on, buddy, sorry. Normally I would be... First of all, they are going to die. I forgot to keep giving them food. Sorry. I'm very sorry. I don't know what to do with soft sand. Don't. Yeah, what's your problem? 8 kibble. Yeah. Now would be the time. Normal player would be like, okay, you see it's 25 inside. Now it's time to kind of, alright, let's help out the other guy and like they are uncomfortable. Let's do this and whatever else. Not a good idea. We do the basics. This is what I meant. Mad iguana is not the end of the world. The moment I'm going to check on things, but if we are not careful, it can get out of hand very fast. We are not going to install vents because we don't have any. It's going to supposedly naturally. Now let's see how is our first experience with enemies. Okay, that was kind of accurate. Right, it's horrible. The other thing in Rimworld is that we have a lot of misfires, which is absolutely horrible. Wow, that's almost as bad as these things. I don't remember if I should be or not. Let's get rid of the iguana. This is the butcher spot. You can add a bill to certain tasks. This is the basic. Of course we have a record. Of course. And that we have. This is why work to make. Look at this. 14. Why is this better than a normal short bow? 14. Effective range is 26. Okay, yes, we see it. Okay. We get the point. Compared to this is better. Alright, but this is absolutely no. Someone attacks you with a mace. This normally you can fire a bow 2, maybe 3 times before someone sprints at you. Not in Rimworld. Rimworld you will be dead before that happens. And be careful because now we are trapping heat inside the home. Or overcooling it. Now when we are looking at the research speed, we can see the factor. Clean, final value, there's nothing that helps. Let's turn this off. Now we are preparing for the board. Yeah, no, this is stupid. We are going to die if we are doing this like this. This is going to be horrible. No. We are going to make a basic defense system. This is really just not much. It's just a little bit of wall protection. This will mean that they can hide behind. And then I'm going to add a lot of attackers, to be honest. Oh, this one is used. We have. Do we have a second? Yes. We have sandbags and barricades. Barricades are better, so I usually put them in between, but they are not that exactly better. I thought I'm going to add cloth as sort of basic. Now the reason why I'm really just not going to deal with most of the things that you normally do in Rimworld is because not just because it takes a lot of time. I don't really feel like I have that, or that I forgot to make an entrance, but because it requires a lot more. Now this is going to be our basic defense line, because now we are starting to get how much does it take to even produce things, and how much chain does it have. I will show you later on another one I made. It's without cheats, and for example, if you want steel and components, I have both modes for like query. Hey, I never ever see that before. Or you can go on and start mining these. But those run out, by the way. So you have these researchable. What are you? I don't remember the name. It's some way to mine. Deep drilling. Yes, so it's very much the end, but you can pretty much. There is just no normal mining in Rimworld. Technically, just only surface mining. Queries allow that. Nice. So then it is going to be standing here, here, and providing fire support. Fire support. Yes. And we can make some spike traps too, but they are for the most part an overkill. They don't want to waste time. I don't necessarily have. These of course only are going to protect against basic things, and currently I don't have a roof, but later on I will have to get a roof over here, which is not really that hard, to be honest. I want this to make it look more professional. Oh, I have to be careful with the dog. There's a good chance it's going to just don't really know how to. Well, not refrigerating. Well, I think you can refrigerate with passive coolers, but I'm sure. Our faction name is what idea is going to bind us together? Fire and blood. Plans of Morai. Like, you know, you usually have a name or something like that. But I don't want to use caterpillar or ape, you know. Or use some bravado name kind of thing. Let's see. Because, you know, it will be like United States or Alliance or something or whatever. And grape it is good. It is great, and it is a bit. Alright. this is important because when we are having matchlocks and the like, then maybe 3 people aside is not very much. I see. That little thing meant that my mages would get extra mana. I don't have mages. It doesn't really go out. It's done enough. The thing is, you can't really isolate it more than not enough to give to make it enough for a defense. It's just defense for a damn it. Just not enough to refrigerate is what I'm trying to say. That's also a thing, by the way, the double wall, but that's for other things. With security, it always have to be just smart enough that you wouldn't make one side empty, because that's the first thing where they are going to go. First. Usually that's how it happens. Now we have a that basic but grand base. Now we need sorrowfully we are going to need decorations and things like that. Oh, was that all? Oh, that's a bit of shame. Now before I allow them to make anything here, I have a mode called quality builder. This means if they are make a horrible quality, then I'm not going to accept it. They are going to deconstruct it and try it again. It's really super important. Board up. What the hell is keeper, by the way? We have no production, no anything. No black armory. Smithing would be a nice start, I'm going to be honest with you. Now great bow is a 70, but it's also very good at long range. I think we should start with this one. It's 150 work to make, which is horrible amounts, to be honest. Sometimes it's hard to understand from head how much. This one it's 40, and the better bow needs 84. 150 can be a whole day. So do we want, for 3 damage more, spend a whole day making them? But it's not so simple either, because when you look at this, I'm sorry. Because this doesn't have a range, but great bows do have a range. And the next thing is how much a great bow is. But it's 1,000, close to 1,000 research points, for which we could be unlocking smithing, which has a lot better thing. For now we don't even have proper furniture, so I'm going to unlock smithing. Let's start with that one. It's not going to be easy, but Because with smithing there is one more thing with smithing, why it's not really a good idea just to start. Smithing, in a lot of things in smithing, requires I'm not sure if it's showing it here. This one I think is 5 or 7 skill requirement. If I go to work and be like construction crafting, who has 5 or 7 skill? We have 1 11 and 1 6, 1 5. Alright, we are very good with construction crafting skills. Not gonna lie, we are very good. Alright. With furniture you don't have to build it right away in, and oh, you don't. Oh, and there we go. Now, how much you are? Well, it's just one guy with a mace. Start of the game. Oh yes, graves. Later on we are going to need graves. Usually a lot of them, a couple hundreds or... I mean... Not technically hundreds because... well, there are a mass grave mode. I know it sounds strange, but... yeah, for the most part it can get very crowded. A lot of people attacking you when you have lots of money. Oh, that was a spaceship. Well, let's face it, Essential EM, and he was the one with Equa. Very good. The Equa is very important. Let's see how is our defense. To get over here. Very small and shitty, but it's something. Alright. And let's see his bio. Do we want him? Not very good, but he is good for things. How is his health? Well, he survived. How long does he have? I'm sorry for thinking so much out loud. 8 hours, that's perfect. Alright guys, great job. Who is great? Doctoring? Nobody. Excellent. Why? Okay, so that's... sorry, that's my fault. I actually forgot to build doors. I forgot that there are doors. Sometimes happen. Right, now we can capture. Drugs, no, silver. We are going to capture this guy and try to recruit him. We really want more soldiers. For which this guy will work. We want recreation, which can be many things. Going to start with archery and some hookstone. Got broken. I see chemical hunger is not good. It's very bad. Alright, so we had our first assault. Everything seems alright. Rimworld in desktop. Okay. Everything is dark, but I don't want torchlights. Kind of use a lot, warm the place up. Kind of do need it, because if it's dark, then the research of course goes slower. Oh wow, I forgot to tell them. Oh, that's not. Oh, that's. Oh, well, it's a very strong ambrosia, so he will going to break out of this. This is not very much a wooden door. It's not going to stop it. Like we have more than what currently we need. I want to get floors over here. It's just normal because of many reasons. Mainly because of sometimes things growing and plants and the like being a problem. Alright, so we just don't have this hopefully. Because if you can't place it on anything, that's going to be sad. Oh no, we can do it. Alright. This hopefully will stop a couple of people. This trap stop this guy. Hopefully this ambrosia rots away. In one day they researched part of it. Don't really want to give them much more work. Yeah, that's kind of what I meant by being a problem. Why doesn't he get food? Did he? But you have food right here, why don't you? Oh, this is bad. It's very much not. We don't really have everything to handle these kind of things currently. Right, the dog is walking at a good pace at first. It's not a good idea. Right, so this will somewhat, you can see it's not that good, but it's something. Infector. They have recreation, horrible rooms. I should have gone to the furniture as number one, to be honest. It should have been a thing. Now they are ready with half of it, so we can kind of say that what they are doing 250 research points a day, maybe a little more. If I would really want, there is a schedule. I could say when you do recreation and when you do work. But honestly, Don't really want to run a sleep camp. Thank you. And when you have food animals, sometimes like, I like this. Some of these are useless. These three is very useful actually. It really gives an edge in the next couple. The thing is, based on how Rimworld works, part is nice. Let's check the huge boost in the mood. So let's do that. So as Rimworld works, if you armor your people with better stuff, better enemies are going to kill, right? But certain things are just increasing survivability, and really that's some of the best, because with good enough equipment you might survive or not. Doesn't always happen, to be honest. Sometimes you know, they step through and they step to a place where it's that's anyway. But usually it's better than it's kind of works in a way where it allows you better chances for not that bad damage. So if you are shot with a great bow, it can cut someone's arms off or decapacitate them. Don't ask how, I don't care. However, with an armor, it's not that likely for this to happen. And really, that's this is why I didn't want smithing, because now I'm making arm guards and the like. They are not so amazing. To check it out, they are easy to make, but you know, but they are really pretty. I mean, they're kind of good. Not the end of the world, but it protects against knives and the like. So it is somewhat really good. With smithing is much slower though. But with smithing you can get halberds and I don't think I actually have the halberd mode. I don't know. But a lot of very OP. Right, so I'm going to tell them. So it's not very resistance. 9 is like a couple days. Yes. Oh, we are pretty well for the most part. We are getting our people armed. Let's see what else can we add. I don't want a wooden visor anymore, or such things. To be honest, they can be really good. But sometimes they kind of bug out and you don't see them in any slots. But these are still the easier part. You can make the duck work too, by the way. What hole is. Attack, no. If you have 3 or 4 dogs in like tribal age, it's really nice. It can do some damage. If you have it in a gun age, they're going to get shot and killed almost instantly. This is why I kind of understand why military uses dogs and the like, but honestly it just feels like the dog has a Kevlar, so you know, but it's just, you know, against an assault gun is just feel like not a fair chance. But probably they have a reason. Or know it better. Right, so this is not good because they are not going to sleep. Wow. Thing is, we are in the desert, so I don't know what is going to be the lowest, but it can be very, very, very low. And it's raining. But we are not going to grow crops for the most part, to be honest. We are getting better at everything. Well, not really. Shooting and melee is not getting better. Some people are coming. This is the this is someone's family. The Sarcho. So I don't know how this is supposed to work. But bubbles, by the way, are a really nice mod. But they don't really talk to each other, the visitors or anyone. What happened over here? What the? Nothing. Oh, come on. Long pages are really good. I think they take a lot to make. Spears are very nice. I know spears can be super dangerous. Plate armor we won't be able to make. They are very good, the pauldrons and everything, but they take 140. What else? I know I wanted to research something. What was that gave us? Machining. Oh wow, that's so far on. Machining, and then we need a biofuel refinery. Electricity. We get something like robotics to attack us. It's the end of the day. There is no way I can protect against that one. So I'm going to start building furniture and not really a rush to it. Normally I would use a metal slag, metal something So doctoring was one. Okay. The medicine room is just far away. Alright, so she won't be a problem for a couple days. Wow. Why would you do that? Brutal. Yes, you can also harvest things, and if you have a freezer, you can sell it later. I want to kind of give Anastasia because I see that she's in the last stage of her withdrawal, so she's going to do things. We are going to fix that. This is the last of what we need for basics. I also have another mode. I'm going to show it in a moment when I finally hit the plus button. This kind of can be hard. This is an RPG inventory mode. So they are doing kind of nice stuff. Madamu, that's not good. Things that have big center light I usually. Oh, that's this guy like bites off a finger or something. Not very happy. Let's get ready for some melee attack. Oh, and done. A cut equal. What was the last thing? The ammo expire. Oh, it was the equal, which is the spear. What? All right. What am I looking at? Yes, it's the short spear. It's not the throwing one. Who has? But I know it's kind of sucks to sometimes having to stop and be like, which the one who can cook, but it's still fairly important. When was the last time the dog ate? The meat is pretty much for them. You can you can put together ladders, small pieces, and make patchwork ladders. If you have like cows or buffaloes or bigger animals, they are going to yield hundreds of ladders. And it's going to be of course mass produced, kind of. Now we are basically armed. We're starting to have basic functionality. People will go really mad if they are attacked every day. They don't even have a proper bed to be at. Kind of important. And so on and so forth. There are a lot of things that are kind of important. Just not the only thing. It's going to be our production zone. And when they do an excellent or some high quality furniture, then it's going to have its own story and own paintings and awesome. These decorations are really good because they are increase their capability, skills. Alright, tomorrow we are going to make a raid, because this is honestly getting kind of boring. I wouldn't have expected things to... Come on, monkey. Why you do this? Nice. And okay, there is some proper... Okay, I was in. Let them do it. Alright, it's today. And now I'm going to try, and now you know why I... Alright, why I have this. That's it, 200 people. 200 points, not people. That and that was... Oh god, that was so much more. I have not expected that. 200 points? That has guns? Like, these things are horrible. Like, okay, they are not the best kind of thing, but they have 16 damages. No, not even that bad. But some of them have... Well, anyway, horrible damage. Didn't expect this. Alright, a lot. Lot. I expected so much less. These guys should probably should take a step back. And since they are not even melee, are they? Oh, don't tell me you are going to the wrong side. Of course they are going to the wrong side. Let's have them baited. Oh, those bots. Alright, run. But and have to be very. Okay. One is down. Dog, seriously? Did the dog just open the door? For real? Alright, caterpillar, and she just got shot. You buddy. Alright, you buddy. Is this guy dead? Okay. And they have armor on? Hmm. Melee is not really good. Have you guys killed a pump shotgun? Which one of you has? Let's ask this. Going to use this tree to do an attack. He has the one that can be actually dangerous. This will be good. This honestly, I had these weapons. I don't want to repeat this. As you can see, while they are somewhat good weapons, and he's shooting too. Do we want to save this guy? He has really strong melee and research. Alright, I think he can be used later on. Okay, so this one actually can do. What the hell? No, I don't really want NATO rifle. It will be good for sale, but absolutely useless. Not absolutely. I mean, if you have nothing, it's good. Don't misunderstand what I'm trying to say. I have another gameplay, and I have a lot of these weapons, and they are scary at close range. But behind the barricade, at this, I mean, the guy hit no time. And if it would have been better, maybe he would have hit one or twice. It can happen. But a great bolt, I think, is much more. I mean, this is basically, it's not that inaccurate for long, but it has a 5-second warm cooldown. Each shot 5 seconds. Lot. Alright, it's not really. I mean, I use them, I still use them a lot, but some things are just better. I'm sorry. That's good. And They are going to get. They are at the grave. Let's just. Today was okay-ish. Yeah, it's gonna be alright. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be alright. So now I want to get, and don't misunderstand, we might go for muskets too, because I mean that's all it is. But does that not necessarily mean that it's super very good, to be honest? But it's not shitty. Honest, because it can be very, very, very bad. And I don't mean it like, wow, the modder didn't do a good job, kind of bad. It's just, you know, they weren't such good things as people think they were. Muskets, I mean, if you look at a historic video about it, it's not so easy to aim with. Okay. Where is the lobby? Spot for the... Anything else that could be useful? Lots of wood. Not very much. Very good for you, buddy. And then I'm going to make a couple of lamps. Going to get them herbal medicine. Usually that's the one I would use. You can run proper high quality stuff with it. Oh, normal medicine is better, but it's not the end of the world. You have good beds and whatever else it's problem. That's the top 8 keeper. I'm just curious, can't talk. Oh, Arya. See if he goes and yes, he eats everything. Alright then, this doesn't matter. It doesn't need extra. There is meat in the soul matter. Alright. The time between raids take a lot. That's truthfully how it is. Not really that much, actually. No. I had storytellers when they had kind of that feeling. They were like, all right, how about 2 raids after each one after, and they were kind of hard raids, not even the easy ones. This one will be up for trade because they have a value. Now it might be just 30. Yeah, not even 30. Because for example, this one has the value of 50, but they usually don't take this kind of things because they have a weight 15 kilo, and so not very well done. I love this map, to be honest. Look at that. And then I'm getting one for the upper level. Oh gosh, that's going to be awesome. Was this the... I don't remember. I think this one was the... clothing rack. There it is. Then all the armor will have a place to go. Second is, we still... We do not have... I'm not going to do that. That's very far away. Takes a lot of time to get there. It would be like... If I were to make a caravan... it's close to a day to get there. Close to a day to get back. I could have it. That's the catch. An unknown threat. Alright, we are going to try this, but tomorrow. And I think that will be the last thing we do. Now here you go. This is crafting 5, crafting 7. Alright, it seems to be alright. Oh, maybe it'll be okay. Or not. We are not going to go anywhere. What are we attacked by? Oh, small stuff. Hmm. 5 people is less than I thought. Do we have enough place? Well, maybe a little more later on. Hmm. This guy is going to be dangerous, isn't she? Whatever you are. Of course it's the dog. Alright, they did. Oh, he will survive. Yeah, he's useful. Starting to feel a little bit bad about these guys. So what's with Rack? So, and this was good, but yeah. And there's a thing called head if, which are modifiers, and I just remove them. Now the dog can go unrestricted. And the traders. When you start a game, I recommend clicking twice on firefight, so this kind of things don't jump around, and you can set it everything back to wherever it was. If I set everything away now, after that it's not going to be the same. I think maybe I have already done that. Where is social? Don't see shit. Where is it? Not good at. Not the same thing. See? A really good gun, almost worth as much as a good wooden chestplate, and there is a reason for that. It's very hard to make and whatever else, but uh, and these ones, for example, this is like a big spear with a boom boom at the end. It's not really like a normal musket. Like this is more like a musket, like how muskets would be, with an ignition that has at the end. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm trying to say. Flintlock rifle, I think it would be probably worth a lot more. But the thing is, it makes the same amount of damage as bows do, while not very accurate. And has, as I said, it has a huge cooldown. I don't know why. Maybe it should be expensive, but it's 32. It's not so bad. If you think about it. It's well, technically it's no, it's not true. It's worth as much as a chest drawer. And if you think about it, that you have to auger the hole. It's a miniature cannon. press steel and whatever else. It's not really good for price. But probably it's because, and if it's raining, it's not going to fire. 9 out of 10 it's not going to fire. This guy is going to, by the way. Let's just make something. There's a bit of money here. Okay. I don't care. Oh, we can sell them. Is it because it's in your inventory? This one. Oh, I can't turn this one. Oh, it's lucky. Now let's see if I can. Oh, and it's 180 for sale. Of course it is. Right, not sure what to do about it. Nah, no. How much is the time? Oh, okay. Soon I will have to leave. This is Love Center. Just don't know why is this guy walking around. It's kind of weird, but you know, that's how it is, I guess. Alright. So let's do a plan for next week. How good you are currently? 120%. That means that if you have 100, of course it's just 90. I think it's 90. But that's how much is going to come out. So if you have something work with, like you have to build about this 100, then it's just 90, because for 100 it will be done in the same amount of times as normal, but with more we are more efficient. So let's plan what are we going to do to enforce greatness. Let's make 2 gladius. Some of these very useful because they also give. This one doesn't. Maybe this not the mittens. Alright, then go to the booth. I know what it's move speed. So some of the things aren't like that. For now, it's very hard to make this kind of things. Breastplate should be good. We'll be making a couple of breastplates. Should be a game changer. Breastplates are not perfect, but they even protect against basic things. Like, I wouldn't say guns, but they are sure better than nothing. In reality, I don't think, but really depends on the kind of thing. This is going to be the next things we have. What do we need for it? Plenty. Don't even have wood to do. So we need steel and wood. And for those who are watching, thank you. YouTube or stream, that was pretty much it. I have to go and take a shower and go to my thing. This was all for today. This is where the clothing is going to go whenever I realize how to make clothes. Complex clothing. I found it. That is good. Alright, so that is it for guys to stand around. Alright, that it is. That's that's all. I don't have an ending screen. I only have this one. Alright, that's not right, wind of capture. And I just killed wind of capture. Congratulations. So anyway, what is that? I killed the king capture. Wait, that was it. Alright, so yep, that's that. Thank you for coming. Have a nice day, and hope you